Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we'll be looking at Bitcoin, its valuations against the US dollar. Um, Remember, if you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. So, with Bitcoin right now, it's been pretty up and down throughout the day. I can throw it on the hourly here, and you could see that we're kind of fighting at this level here. And oddly enough, this level was the prior peak, I would say, of Bitcoin back in January, where we came up to $42,000, and here we are. We are bouncing off of here for today and yesterday, and also that it corresponds to this. Now, this doesn't mean much. I mean, that I wouldn't necessarily trade off of this alone. Um, However, things are a little shaky, and this is where I would tell everyone at this point who hasn't gotten in or wishes they gotten in earlier, etc. Like this is your time, right? This is the opportunity that you're waiting for in most respects. Now, for people like me who have already accumulated Bitcoin, this isn't necessarily a major priority to buy in. But I mean, I'd welcome any opportunity that comes, especially when it comes to Bitcoin, and if it's at favorable valuation. So realistically, anything below the 20-week moving average, I think, is a pretty good determinator. You can reference the video that I made earlier this week where I talk about potential price bottoms for Bitcoin, and I said that it was in the range of 40,000 to like 32 was the number that I met, and we can draw a line here of what that would look like, and that's 40,000 to about maybe 32, this area here. So I would say at this, sorry, Siri was just, I don't know what's going on, but this would be the area I would say that this would be a pretty good buying opportunity. Even at the 20-week, I would have said was a decent enough buying opportunity to start dollar cost averaging your way down, which is what I would potentially do if Bitcoin drops even further. Well, I'll increase my bet on Bitcoin. I will buy more Bitcoin. Um, Now, this isn't maybe the most popular thing to say, especially on days like today where you see altcoins rallying, bouncing pretty hard, Chainlink being on the front runner, that up 16%. Litecoin is up 5%, XRP is up 7% or 6.5%. Like, all coins are doing fairly well today. And so when Bitcoin's on the downtrend, might not be the most popular thing, but this goes against the principle of buying into the pump. You don't want to buy into the move, especially when the moves has already started. And I would say the same thing back in the way back when, a month, like weeks ago, when I was talking about how VeChain is coming up to a certain level against Ethereum where it doesn't necessarily do that well, or that a retracement is likely. It's not determined, it's not exact, and it can't be precise. But I did mention that the risk is getting obscenely high buying into VeChain at that level, and I would say even now it's a little high, but it's a lot better than it was before. As for me, as you know, with VeChain, that I'm looking to buy back in around this area here, should it ever come down to it. If not, then so be it. But I think the value right now is Bitcoin. I really do. And it's on a number of reasons. One is that it's below the 20-week moving average. Number two is that uh, the Bitcoin should be the focus of your buys, especially if you don't have any cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is your rock, your mainstay, uh, blue chip crypto, whatever hot button word you wanna use. I think that the Bitcoin, it will be your cornerstone in your portfolio, and any opportunity that comes about with Bitcoin to buy at favorable prices, I think is a very attractive offer. And with that said, I think that Bitcoin coming for even now or coming even lower to say maybe even $32,000 is a buy. It is a buy. Now, there's other things to take to note about it. We talked about the weekly RSI and how it can help determine where the rebound might be. We talked about this line being the one. However, we obviously broke past it. The second line would be the dip, which aligns when Bitcoin broke past the below the 20-week moving average and went further down. That's the line here that we can reference. Or we can look at just 30 on the RSI, where we can see here this dotted line here. It represents the 30, and that's in most cases, like in all cases actually, indicated some form of bear market, right? That we're in some kind of bear market. The only exclusion would be this black swan event of coronavirus, where it dipped from an RSI high of 62 and went straight down to like 33. So that's also something to keep in mind. Another thing I want to put into your toolbox is looking at the dominance. The dominance is coming down pretty low. We are at 40% on the dominance. We are at the line of the previous low of Bitcoin, and this was during 2018 of the altcoin cycle. And we're now at that level. Nothing has indicated to me yet that we're gonna bounce, like for sure. But there are certain things, and then if it does break through, then we have this line at 36.61% dominance, which is the all-time low for Bitcoin dominance. Having said that, we can also look at the RSI on the Bitcoin dominance and note the previous RSI lows, right? Now, funny enough, January 2018, when altcoins were at its peak, was not the lowest the RSI had went. In fact, that it was prior to that, during the bull run, where we saw Bitcoin dominance drop to like 20 on the RSI, 13 on the RSI, and it's represented by this white line. We see multiple contacts to it in the last cycle, and you can see that here and these two here. Now, funny enough, where are we at? We're at 14.48 on the RSI on the week. This week is not done, so we could see a different figure come Sunday. However, this is something to also take into consideration. That altcoins have been just pushing through the past few months, and when we look on the monthly, it's how many months? 5 months of this altcoin cycle. It's pretty impressive. And although I am an altcoin bull, I have a good stake in Ethereum Chainlink. You get the gist. You know what my portfolio is like. This doesn't last forever. Nothing lasts forever. And so I anticipate some kind of move from Bitcoin, whether that is a further drop that kind of shocks the market, which brings altcoin valuations down, or Bitcoin bounces hard, and we get another event like what we had when Bitcoin bounced off its 20-week moving average. Remember that after October of 2020, Bitcoin went on an amazing run, which also affected altcoins valuations against Bitcoin. In fact, they bled pretty hard. And so that's something to also keep in mind. The Bitcoin dominance doesn't necessarily indicate if Bitcoin's going to go up or down. It just means that at this point, when we look at the RSI, when we look at previous levels, it can indicate that Bitcoin is going to take back that market share at some point, whether that's through a drop and all the liquidity gets flown back into Bitcoin for safety, or Bitcoin bounces and everyone wants to be a part of the Bitcoin pump, and thus liquidity leaves the altcoin space. And this is another reason why Bitcoin is just, I think, is just such an integral part for every person's every portfolio, is because of this. Bitcoin is the market mover, and Bitcoin doesn't really care about your altcoin positions, and you don't want to be the schmuck that is holding 100% altcoins when Bitcoin is rallying or dumping, because you are going to be extremely exposed to market conditions from altcoins. you can lose a lot of money and you can stand to gain a lot of money. And for me, I'd rather trade off that gain for some kind of risk management. And with that said, you know, all Bitcoin is dead until it isn't. I mean, mark my words. If this continues on, Bitcoin is below the 20-week moving average, and altcoins are rallying like today. Um, I will not be surprised until when we start seeing tweets from crypto Twitter or Reddit saying that Bitcoin is dead and Elon Musk killed it, and in fact Chainlink or Ethereum or any name it, like Mad Libs, any altcoin in replacement of Bitcoin, and say that this is going to be king. The altcoins are the way to go. 100% altcoins. Sell your Bitcoin for altcoins. Sell your Bitcoin for altcoins, and people will do that. And then at that point, Bitcoin is going to rock your world, whether that's through a dump or through a rally. It's going to take back that liquidity like it has done in the past, like it has done every single cycle, happens every single time. I can't believe I have to keep on repeating myself about that. So, with that said, yes, Bitcoin is below the 20-week moving average. Yes, things are shaky. Obviously not today because the altcoin market's going crazy right now. But give it time. If Bitcoin stays below the 20-week moving average and continues down, I suspect that it's going to shock the market. It's going to be like a switch where people realize that the potential for a further low of Bitcoin is actually possible, and that their altcoins are going to get affected. And then before that, you're going to hear rummaging that Bitcoin is dead. We have killed him. Long live altcoins. Long live Ethereum. Long live Chainlink. Long live Uniswap. And I'm naming these altcoins specifically because I even hold them. But I know, okay, there's not many certainties in life, but I know that Bitcoin is dead until it's not. Right? Like Bitcoin is dead until altcoins are dead, until Bitcoin is dead until altcoins are dead. Like it's the same pattern over and over and over again. And oh my God, Chainlink's at 20% for the day. This is insane. I think it's so funny. I'm making a video about Bitcoin and talking about like all coins are gonna get their day, and then like Chainlink's like hold my beer. But I say this seriously, folks. Uh, do not consider selling your Bitcoin for altcoins that are now moving up exponentially high. It's not a wise decision. I mean, you can do what you want, but I just remember um, people selling their Ethereum for whatever altcoin that was moving at the time. I think it was like Cardano, and then next thing you know, Ethereum starts moving up, and Ethereum starts moving up, and then Cardano starts stagnating. Like these are things that you don't want to be a part of. You don't want to get caught in the middle of, and I think we're probably going to see something similar with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down. Bitcoin is not cool. It's not cool to hold Bitcoin. Um, and people would rather spend their money on moving altcoins like Ethereum. Like I can't imagine anyone, or I can't imagine myself specifically buying at these prices, knowing that I bought here, like or down here, like with my Bitcoin. Like it just, to me, it doesn't make sense. There's no pullback. There's no retracement. Why would I want to buy in from a move that's been happening for weeks, right? Like you could have even bought in earlier. You saw the confirmation of the bounce, and you're like done. And from that, like you could have bought maybe a little higher up because you're waiting for confirmation. But here we're in the upper bounds of the chart of on the Ether Bitcoin scale here. Not I don't think that's pretty wise. Um, so with that said, if you were looking to buy Bitcoin, this is the time. This is the area. I'm not saying now, like after this video, go to Binance and start buying. But take a look at take a look at the chart, and start thinking about where you would like to buy. Realistically speaking, and one way that I did it was calculating the dominance total. total cryptocurrency market cap and the circulating supply, and I came down to a range about 32,000 to 40. You can have a different range. Obviously, don't expect to buy at like $13,000, but have realistic prices. You can even use support and resistances, right? You can use the support and resistance. That's basically what this range looks like. It's using the support and resistance back in January as an indicator of a bottom. These things, you can use those. You can use moving averages, like use whatever you want. But this is the move is happening. It's time to think of a plan. If you're looking to invest in Bitcoin, think of a plan ahead of time, so when Bitcoin actually hits those, you know what to do. At the same time, this is not the time to be trading your Bitcoin for altcoins. That's how I feel. You can feel differently. Obviously, when you look at moves like Chainlink and say, "Wow, it's really moving up today. It's up almost 20%." But remember, there are people that bought here with their Bitcoin, and they have a lot more selling power than you, and so I would say the risk is a lot higher here. And it's not necessarily don't buy Chainlink, but double check if it's the right move for you. Consider something. Consider the price. Consider the moves. Consider, are you okay buying into a move that's been happening since April? Like, this move has been happening since April. And it's now May, mid of May. Like, is that something you want to be a part of? Anyway, um, that's my rant for today. I mean, just talking about Chainlink, like, we could be talking about a multi-month move, which is fine. I mean, we could see something like happening with Ethereum, which is happening since April, and it's just moving up, and it can continue to move up. I mean, these moves can happen for months, but I, for one, would rather buy into the fear. And with that notion, I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm accumulating Bitcoin. I'm longing Bitcoin. Um, yeah, every which way I can. I've sold some of my altcoin positions back into Bitcoin to protect my wealth. That is my game plan. And, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I think that if you do your best to mitigate risk, you'll come out okay. In fact, I think you'll come out better than most people. Um, I remember when people were saying, "Are you crazy, Stefan? Selling VeChain now? It's at all-time highs." Yeah, that's the exact reason why, right? Like, telling people laughing at me selling. I think the U.S. dollar valuation of VeChain of my last sell and my largest sell, to be specific, was around 19 cents. And people were laughing at me saying that this thing's going to go up to $1. And now look at it, it's at 16 cents. I'm not saying that it can't go higher. In fact, I'm very vocal to say that VeChain will trend up higher. But when you look at the ratios, VeChain was just a stronger asset for the last month or so. And because I've been trading my VeChain back into Ethereum, I have capitalized on that. And then I've even sold my Ethereum back into Bitcoin. But yeah, that's the end of my rant. Do what you want with your money. I just ask that you spend 5 seconds more thinking about it if it's a right move to buy into the pumps. If you're buying into Chainlink now, well, remember that it's been moving up since April. If you're looking to buy into XRP, well, you could have bought here. Like, this would have been the best time to buy. That's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.